Hey everyone, today we're going to be correcting sentence 1 and 2 under set 2. Our first sentence says, instead of reading and writing, the Incas used the quipu, a cord with knotted strings of various lengths and colors, to record every aspect of their daily lives. In this sentence, we have an appositive. We're also going to add italics or underlining. We will add commas. We have an issue with plurals, and we need to make sure we're using the right word. Let's begin with marking our appositives. So like we talked about, an appositive phrase is simply a noun phrase that renames another noun in the sentence. To identify that appositive, I need to first locate the subject of my sentence. The subject of my sentence is the quipu. Now, right after that phrase quipu, I have a phrase that renames or explains what a quipu is. That phrase is a cord with knotted strings of various lengths and colors. This phrase is actually my appositive. So to show it's my appositive, I'm going to add a comma after quipu and a comma after colors. And that is my appositive phrase. I'm also going to add some italics. Now again, because this is a printed document, I can't just make printed text italics, so to show that it should be in italics, I'm actually going to underline it. The phrase that should be underlined is the word quipu. Now we're going to underline this word because it's not a part of the English language, so we're going to show that it's in a different language by adding that underlining. Next, I'm going to add another comma. Now, the comma that I'm going to add today is actually a comma after an introductory or a dependent clause. To find out where this comma should go, I'm going to read the sentence again. Listen for a pause. Instead of reading and writing, the Incas used the quipu, a cord with knotted strings of various lengths and colors, to record every aspect of their daily lives. You should have heard a pause after the word writing. That phrase, instead of reading and writing, is actually a dependent clause that introduces a sentence. So I need to add my comma after the word writing. Next, I have an issue with plurals. You probably heard this error. My error is the word lives. We know that we don't make the word life plural by just adding an S. We actually change that word to lives. And next I need to make sure I'm using the right word. That error is the word there. I need to use the word there that shows ownership. And now I have corrected my first sentence. My second sentence says, oxygen was discovered in 1772 by the Swedish chemist Carl Scheele, but he withheld the information until 2 years later when Joseph Priestley made the same discovery. In this sentence, I have an unnecessary comma. I also have some spelling errors, and I have an issue with numbers. Now, the first one that I would like to address is our unnecessary comma. My unnecessary comma is actually this comma right here before Carl Scheele. Now, this might feel a little bit strange because you might say, well, hey, this looks like an appositive to me, so shouldn't I have this comma here? And the answer is no. And the reason for that is because we are talking about a specific Swedish chemist. For that reason, this information, Carl Scheele, has to remain in the sentence. So it is not a non-restrictive phrase. We have to have that information in order to understand who we're talking about. So this comma after chemist is unnecessary. My spelling errors are the word discovered. This E should be an I. The word Swedish has an extra E in it. And I need to change discovery to discovery. That would fix my spelling errors. And lastly, I need to address my number error. So now when we are writing, we typically like to be as formal as possible, and using the word using the numeral for 2 in a sentence just isn't very formal. So we're going to replace this numeral with the spelling. And now I have corrected both sentences. If you have any questions about how or why we've corrected the sentences the way we have, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching, everyone!